Well, good morning, race fans, for Autosport race fans, and eSENIORS watchers. I notice we have got a few people on the live stream already, and I'm just linking in Jeremy right now. Jeremy, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Group 1, Round 2 Imola race.
Yes. Night race, very interesting. It's still got 4 minutes free of practice, and you guys will notice
Aaron Shannon says there's no audio.
that was a bit older, I think. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it sounds clear. Okay,
There
that's
we go.
good. Thank
That's
you,
good.
Willie.
Thank you. Yeah, so night race, guys, at Imola. I know I'm not going to try immortalizing the Italian name of the track. Let's just say Imola.
That's right.
Jeremy, any opening comments?
Well,
Any opening comments from you?
Of course I do. I believe the championship in Group 1 has taken a major turn as everyone can realize a few drivers dropped out. So be it. We will continue racing. We have great drivers on the track. I believe it's going to be an amazing race as well. Last week we had an amazing race, very entertaining, and I believe we have very strong drivers on track today. It's going to be close racing, and I believe that's what we want to all see. So let's move on. Really looking forward to this race.
And I know all you guys in the stream will be happy to see that I've got the overall timing tower working today, so that should be a little bit easier to follow along with what's going on. Certainly easier for me. I'm going to leave it up there most of the time. And I know a lot of people were trying to help me get that going, and it was a stupid thing on my part that I hadn't been able to get it up. Yeah, go ahead.
Just little technical things that have to be worked out, but in the end,
you get what you pay for, Jeremy.
Hello, Nikos. Welcome. Hello, Billy, Willie, Aaron. Welcome to the stream.
Fun Group 2 race yesterday. I screwed up totally and was in last place, but I had fun anyway. Couldn't keep it on the track. And
I saw that. I passed you at one point. Yes, it was an awesome race. I really enjoyed that race. It was a great race. A lot of drivers, and it was a lot of fun. Really, a lot of fun. And so we had Kai Schilfer join Group 2 yesterday. He asked to be taken out of Group 1. So he kind of completely dominated that race. Let's see what happens next week.
He said he was on the stream or on Discord today. He was saying he promises he won't be as good at other tracks. He said, I'm pretty good at this track. We'll see.
It's funny because I was expecting Don Quinn to be very dominant, and but he said in the pre-race meeting that he wouldn't be. So yeah, we're gonna see, and that's what's gonna make it really very interesting. Is that some drivers are very strong on certain tracks and others on other tracks. So
yeah, I find Imola strange. It seems like a simple track, but there's a couple of corners you do great one time, and next time around you just screw it up. I noticed yesterday in qualifying on Rivazza. Was it Rivazza? Hold on, I gotta my cheat sheet here. Yeah. Rivazza, everybody was losing time after, they get a really good run at it, and then they got a great time going in their qualifying, and then they get into Rivazza and they just lose it. So Rivazza is going to be an interesting corner to watch with the Group 1 experts today, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe I finished in the top 10 yesterday because I managed not to make one mistake yesterday, which is but I have to admit, Imola is one of my favorite tracks.
Okay.
And I feel very comfortable on it, and especially if you have the right setup, you can push everywhere.
Danny Holtz just jumped into first place in practice again. He was hanging back.
I see that. Yeah, it's gonna be a battle between Danny, Fabio, Jonathan, John. It's gonna be very interesting to see even Merch is there, Carlo is there. It's gonna be very close, and you can see there's only they're all in the same second. In the top eight are in the same
Yeah,
second.
I'll go through the. I was smart enough to print out the championship points totals. So number 1, Fabio. Number 2, Marco. Number 3, Branko Bejak. Number 4, Mark Noodlings, and number 5, Chris Bourne. So that's
Yes,
we got a little bit different practice top 5 there. It's going to be interesting to see how things go.
definitely.
There were a couple of guys last week, big name guys who usually do well that didn't quite make it. So the championship points should change quite a bit, I think.
Yes, and the same thing is gonna happen after this race. But hey, that makes it very entertaining. We have a total of 10 races. This is race number 2, so still a long way to go in this championship. Should be interesting.
We got a couple of minutes. You want to talk about the Porsche Cup start that you started this week?
Yes, absolutely. We launched registration and starting the Porsche Cup next Friday. So we are looking for drivers to register. That will be a new series running on Fridays. And the new thing we did is that it's not going to be on the same track as GT4 and GT3. So it's going to be a lot more difficult for drivers participating, because you're going to have to practice on your own and come on the track and race others. There will be options during the week to practice, but not on see, the first track next week will be Silverstone. So we are racing on Hungary right now, and the idea we just wanted to make it a little more entertaining and difficult and not obvious. So we are looking for new people to join in. I have to leave the stream momentarily. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. Just searching for who was the first guy out, and it is Mr. Holt. Danny. I'm gonna make sure I get everybody's first names right. So let's just watch Danny on his outlap. Second man up is Hugh Morris, it looks like, in terms of the number on the screen, and who is number 499. 499 is... Can I find him? Or is it 199? Maybe it's 199, Lombardi. So yeah, the top 2 guys are within each other there. So let's just watch their outlap's. Oh, nice sparks. Isn't that wonderful? Somebody was saying the chase cam is a fun track. I do like that. I do like that view. Somebody was saying the chase cam is kind of fun to watch in the night race here. So here is Danny coming up to the straight where he's going to start his first qualifying lap. Jump to the next guy on the track right after. Here he goes in his qualifying lap. Yeah, so interesting to see how his Danny definitely had huge times there for in his practice mode. The guys in the chat were saying, where did he come up with? I believe it was a 41 he had. Lombardi is right behind him. So we'll just jump to him right away when Danny goes over the start-finish line. Still pretty cool with the tires, I'm sure, but I'm sure he's going to be setting the pace for the... Oh, are you back? Oh, there you go, Jamie. Yeah, I'm just following along with Danny here. He's just about to set his first lap. Time. As I was saying in Rivazza, sorry, people seem to be losing time after they hit it dead on. Have to watch that again. You get a good exit out of there, obviously you got a great... There we go. First lap time set, 1:42. And let's jump to Lombardi.
Just already like
pretty close.
second faster than the best in Group 2.
This view has a pretty loud noise in my earphones here. Tell me if this view has a on the stream, guys. Tell me if this view has too loud a game sound. But anyway, I'm setting some times up here. Holmes is third with a great time too. He's only back by a second. And Jonathan, I should say, 0.9 seconds. You guys are going to be able to follow along here now this week with the gap times and the time. So I won't have to announce them as much. I can see on my screen who's improving though. So right now, the best guy up is Holmes is improving the best on his previous lap. All right.
Yeah, the top three are in the same second right now, but qualifying just started. We have quite a ways to go there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Danny and Fabio. Fabio was last week's race winner and top pole position, so it's going to be an interesting battle between those two. And there's Saunders, just put up a good time in third place.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, John could have taken that race last week. There was an unfortunate contact and he couldn't complete, but he had a good chance of winning. So let's see what happens this week.
Okay, let's just see here.
Carlo in the Mercedes is doing a great job as well.
So is Jonathan.
He's one of the only Mercedes drivers, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
In the eSENIORS, there's no
Jonathan's
one
got a great lap
car.
going here. He's up 9/10 of a second. Look at that, second place. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Now let's see what Danny's up
So
to.
close.
Danny's actually in the pits right now. Oh, he's lurking in the pits. He's going to put like 5 liters in. Watch this and go at one lap.
Yeah.
How's Fabio doing? He's wasted one. He's wasted his. Carlos has got a good time going. He's up by 7/10 of a second. That would bring him up onto the podium for sure.
It's amazing to see how close they are, though.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's pretty cool. He's got a little light on his antenna there. Here he comes. He's still up by 0.8 of a second. That should bring him into podium for sure. Oh, first place. Look at that. He's got the pole.
Amazing.
Beautiful. Oh, Danny's going to be on tracks.
Scott Saunders just beeped him out.
Oh, jeez, look at that. I had my eye off him for a second. And Jonathan, he's got a time going. He's got an improvement going. Where is he on track? He's coming up to Rivazza.
Yeah, it's going to be very intense at the front. I can see it's going to be a very intense race, that's for sure.
Going through Rivazza. His exhausts are glowing in the dark. He's going to improve slightly, not enough to get too high up. Let's see what he does. Does not improve. Vanderbrandt, Carlos has got a good time going. He's got a 1/4 of a second up on his best lap time.
Yeah, he could get pole.
Yep, that would give him pole. So let's watch now. Watch to see how he does through Rivazza. So right now he's up 1/3 of a second. And let's see if he can maintain it through Rivazza. That seems to be the one that everybody makes or breaks their lap on. So 0.3 of a second entering. Lost a little bit slightly. On exit, he improved a little bit. Oh, no, he didn't. He started to lose a little bit of time, but he should bring him into on pole. He's up a quarter of a second. That's enough to give him pole.
Absolutely.
Danny is still
And
in the
he
pits.
did. And he did.
Yes, he did. Nice place. Good job.
I have to say that Mercedes is a stunning, beautiful car. Really, it's really one of the best looking GT3s out there. I wish I could drive it properly, but I just can't.
Saunders got a good lap going. Switch over to him. Halfway through, however. Just see if there's anybody further down that's doing a good lap. Oh, there's somebody interesting. Mr. Christer, right?
Yeah, Christo York.
Mr. York. He is up a second on his lap, which is kind of nice.
Who we have to thank for streaming Group 2 yesterday. He did a great job.
Yeah, he jumped in right at the last minute. That improved him to 11th. Nice job.
Yeah, P11. Very nice.
So Saunders is coming around. He's still up. He's a third of a second up on his best lap time. That's definitely going to move him into pole position. Let's just follow along to see if it can keep it going. He's on to... He's going to get through the chicane at this point. Just look at the cockpit for a change. Working it pretty hard. Oh, he's improving. He got a great chicane. He's up a half a second now.
Wow.
That's going to put the time up there for people to beat. See how he does through Vaza. Somebody got out of the way for him. A nice job. Still up a half a second. He's going to do it.
Oh,
Dropping
yeah,
a little bit, but not much. 0.4, 0.3, 0.4. He's going to jump into the pole by a lot. He's going to put a great time up there. 46-1-ish. All right, 46-6. Oh, now he's gonna. He must have had enough gas for the next.
John Saunders on pole with a yeah.
That's a name we recognize, though, huh?
Absolutely.
Let's see who else has got some good times going here.
But we still have 9 minutes to quali, so a lot of things can still happen.
Danny Holtz is out on track. That's probably his out lap. He's got a good time going, mind you, but probably still has to warm up. We'll follow him a little bit in a minute. Let's follow somebody else for a change. There's a nice new livery. Even Howells, he is up a half a second on his best lap.
Hello, Robert, Peter. Welcome to the stream. Good race for you, Robert, yesterday. You must have used some illegal substances again before you drove.
Here's Paulo with a Ferrari, the lone Ferrari. I think God knows how he drives that thing. He's up a second. That should bring him up a few spots on the pole on the leaderboard. There he goes into 16th
Yeah.
place. Yeah. Kudos to him for driving a Ferrari. That's for sure. Oh, here comes Danny. Here comes Danny. He is up a 0.6 of a second, which would bring him onto pole again. Let's see how he does through Vaza. Oh, he lost it. He lost all his time there. No, he's not going to hit pole. Who else is improving? Everybody is just bare. Oh, Fabio is making a move here. He is up by 0.3 of a second. So let's just follow him. He's got a long way to go yet. Keep watching other places. Jonathan is just maintaining his pace. See where he is on track. He's coming through Rivaza. If he gets a good Rivaza, he might be able to jump into first. No,
He's
he does
only
not.
0.2 off.
Yep.
But
No, he lost it in Rivaza. He's just going to match his time. So here's Danny again.
It's so easy to gain and lose on this track at the same time. It's really crazy.
Yeah, and I find a lot of it happens at Rivaza.
Yeah, it does.
So Danny is now, he's halfway through his lap. He's up by half a second. And Fabio is, where is he? He's coming through Vaza, and he's got a good time. He's got up a third of a second. He's got a great exit. He's actually gaining time. Oh, now he lost it again. but he's going to improve his time. He should jump up into podium, I think. Third place. My math is correct on the fly. No, he is in fourth. And that was the end of his fuel, probably.
Yeah.
How is Danny doing? Danny's up a second
Hello,
right now.
Dimitri.
Danny is really putting the pedal to the metal. He is up 9/10 of a second coming into Rivaza. And he's improving through Rivaza. He's up a second flat. So he is definitely going to go into pole by a lot. By half a second. He was just a snake in the woods there when he was in the pits. Boom. 1:41.1. That matches his practice time, I believe.
Incredible. What a lap time.
Interesting qualifying strategies going forward here. Right? People going into the pits, waiting and seeing, just kind of like an F1 move.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but remember, the key is the pace during the race. I
Yep.
think that's another story. You know, you can have a very fast lap time during quali, but you have to maintain a lot of consistency in the race to win that race.
Okay, I'm just looking down the stream of the leaderboard here. See, everybody on the top is not making as much progress on their lap times. Craig's got a good time going here.
Yes, he does.
He is up a quarter of a second, so that should knock him into at least sixth place. And Carlos is still out on track. Yeah, he maintained it through Rivaza, so he should bump up one place at least to sixth. And there he goes.
Very nice.
And we haven't seen Mr. Hutchison. He is improving. He's up a half a second.
4 minutes left in the quali.
Who is in the pits? Jonathan's in the pits still. And Jeffrey Vandervoort, he is in the pits. Jeff. I think it's Jeff. Well, Hutchison lost a little bit of time. He's no longer gaining on his best lap. And Mr. De Jong is gaining on his best lap. He's a half a second up. What is that going to do for him? That'll bring him into at least 18th. If he can maintain it.
Very good. Yeah. TV view for a while. I'm going to look down the board here, see what are we doing in terms of manufacturers here. Well, it's funny enough. The Aston Martin has the first line right now. Two of them, P1 and P2. Then we have BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, Bentley, McLaren.
I see the McLarens are far down. There's quite a few McLarens there. One Ferrari, as we know.
Yeah, one Ferrari, one Mercedes.
Interestingly, the top Audi is Malcolm in ninth, and then the Ferrari was such a hot car. Everybody was driving it then.
I know, until they updated, and they changed everything for that car.
Just looking at the board here to see if anybody's going to dramatically improve on their times. Malcolm's got a good time going. He is up 0.4 of a second. That time should get him at least one spot into 8th place. See if he can maintain it coming around. There's the chicane. He is the top Audi. I think Merckx just jumped ahead of him on the leaderboard.
Watching those guys go, I realize I'm 3 seconds slower a lap, and I'm trying to figure out where I lose that time. It's insane. I would concede a a second and a half, but 3 seconds or 4 seconds, my God, it's like it's insane. I don't know. They are really fast. They're really fast.
Yeah, Malcolm didn't jump up. He lost all his gain in Rivaz also, as I've been saying. Mr. Holmes coming up. He is up 0.2 of a second, which won't get him anything but a better lap time. We're doing 1 minute left.
Yes.
So Saunders is out on track. Wood is
Saunders
out on track.
just, yeah.
Danny is going to stay with his time. It looks like he's still in the pits, so he's not going to get his tires warmed up in time if he came out. And I believe Wood is on his out lap. Saunders is not. He is on his hot lap. He is just matching his current qualifying time. There's some sparks going over the sausage there. I'm going to go into cockpit mode just to see how he is working his throttle or his steering wheel. Man, this is really, the cockpit view is really loud and nice, and my earphones. I don't know how good it is on the screen. It's my favorite view, but I love watching how they do their steering inputs when they're pushing hard. Saunders is up 0.15 of a second, so that won't get him pole unless he does something miraculous here at Rivaza. Oh, he did. He had a great entry. 1/3 of a second. Lost a little bit of it on the exit, down 1/4 of a second, so that will not. He'll solidify his position in second place though, because Wood, I'll just watch him go through the finish line. Here we go. Jonathan is on his hot lap. He is just maintaining his time at the moment. He's working that steering wheel hard. One of the only guys left on track. He's working it hard. He needs 1/3 of a second, which he doesn't have right now. Let me see if I can jump. No, that doesn't help. Yeah, he's going to give up on it. He noticed he was. He noticed he was.
Birch is on track. He's P9 right now. I don't know if he can improve.
He's the only guy left. It's just the last guy. No, he's down 1/2 a second, so he probably won't improve. He's the last guy on track. I may give a grid walk a try here. So I'm going to go to a video, and then I'll set up something for the grid walk. Anyway, great. Okay, so our pole, Danny Holtz, followed by Mr. Saunders and Mr. Wood for our top 3. And how many? We've got 5 within a second. And then we've got another 5 before 2 seconds down on the lap. So it should be a great race, Jeremy. It should be a great race.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be, we're going to have lots of small battles going on at the same time, so it's going to be tough to cover everything. It's going to be very, very interesting.
All right, I'm going to go on to the intro video so that you guys, so I can get set up here for a grid walk. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, we are back on with audio. And I should be able to do a grid walk here. All right, Jeremy, if you can start there with the poll discussion.
Okay, so here we are on the starting grid. First, P1, Danny Holtz, John Saunders, Jonathan Wood, Carlo Van Brabant, Fabio Lombardini, Craig Holmes, Jeffrey Van der Voort, Mr. Flenstel, Merch Ponov, Lucky Dean, Malcolm Hutchin, Chris Yort, Laszlo Nemeth, Hugh Morris, Paulo Nove, Steve Howells, Rogerio Santos, Chris Baker, Paulo Biondi, Terry Howard, Peter de Jong, Rainer Berger, Nick Eonis, and Stephen Buckley sitting in the pits. And here they are rolling on the track. So let's watch this start. It should be pretty intense. Enjoy the race, everyone.
Well, that was
I'm gonna stick my neck a little bit out here. I like making predictions. So, but then again, sometimes anything can happen, and we saw that last week. But I believe we have a guy who was slightly faster during the race than anyone else. So I'm gonna say Danny Holtz can take this race. Let's say if
oh, yeah, I'm
everyone
going to
can
go with
challenge him.
Fabio.
Good.
Here we go, getting ready for green. Sorry for that dizzying grid walk there, but we'll get better at that later on. Getting close. There's the red lights. I noticed the red lights went to yellow last time I looked. Let's see if that happens again. I never really noticed that before.
Really? I didn't notice that.
Maybe it was just something no, I shouldn't, I suppose, right? Here we go, going green. Green light, here we go.
Racing.
Let's hope we have a good first and second corners. Over the hell we can. So far, so good.
So far, yes, absolutely. Pretty clean start so far.
There was somebody went yellow there for a second. Everything looks good. Let's go back to the front.
Oh, someone went sideways. I don't know who that is.
On-off has a little bit of a yellow flag on there.
Yeah, it's Merch.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
There's one.
Danny Holtz leading, followed by John Saunders and Jonathan Wood.
There's some side-by-sides here. See how the front of the pack's doing. Everybody stretches out usually by now. Let's go to the grid here. Yeah, we're getting nice straight lines. So pole, I believe.
Pretty clean first lap actually. That's very nice to see. Very disciplined group. That's good. So now, let's see what happens.
Yeah. First lap here, and we'll watch for flags here because the tire's still not quite warm enough. Somebody might try something. Everything is the same on the podium. Following along with Jonathan here. And you guys can all see the gaps finally. Isn't that nice?
Yes, live information. So
I'm not sure if it's probably not live. I think it only updates. Yeah, it opens up.
But you know, even with F1 transmission, there is a delay because of streaming. Not everything is exactly live. There might be a few seconds delay. You know, so.
Well, I believe it updates on the forgetting the word segments. What's not segments? Whoa! There's somebody just went off there. Is that Jonathan? Jonathan had a bit of a wiggle.
No. Yeah, he had a wiggle. But the thing, look at this. Danny Holtz has the second gap already.
Yep.
And. Actually, it's spreading out, but it's too soon to say. They're just settling into the race. it will take a couple of laps before we can really see.
Following along with Danny here. See, it shows on my screen he's only up by a second, whereas the tower here is showing up by 2 seconds, and that won't update. Yeah, it updates on the segment. Somebody on the screen, give me a handle. It's not segments. What do they call that? Sections.
What do you mean? The sections of the track?
Yeah. The timing points. So now it'll update as soon as he goes over the the start-finish line. That gap will update.
Okay.
See, that's a little bit different.
See, Danny Holtz, 2 seconds. I have to remind you something. Last week, Danny Holtz was definitely faster than Roslinger. He was pushing him, but he had the fastest time of the race. This is the man to beat in Group 1 now, I believe. Let's see if he will demonstrate that today, but I remember last week already it was the fastest time on track.
So where are our gaps here now?
So 2 seconds.
Yep.
Behind John Saunders, a second and a half. Jonathan Wood behind Saunders. Fabio is very close to Jonathan, and I'm sure he's going to give Jonathan a hard time. Carlo is 2 seconds behind in P5. So yeah, and we have a group of behind Krister. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars back to back. Very interesting. Krister, Paolo Lobe, Hugh Morris, Rogerio Santos, and Terry Howard. Wow. Okay, actually one of them just went out, but we joined safely. That's pretty intense. Right here.
Yeah, very intense. There's a pass.
Coming to that chicane. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars racing each other. That's really nice. That's the best battle we have on track right now.
Unfortunately, the helicam in Imola it's not very high. This is what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
And then behind them, there's another little group there with Merch, Chris Baker, right coming around the corner.
Okay, but now we have like Rogerio Santos coming right behind Krister.
Howard's going to make a pass. Is he going to make it stick?
And he did. And Terry Howard is right behind him.
Oh, yeah, he lost 2 places there. Oh,
that was very close. But see, yeah, the smart driver. Okay.
He just went wide.
Yeah, he went wide.
Chris went wide. Is he going to make it stick?
Oh, okay.
That was a close. That was a risky rejoin for sure.
Yeah, but it was.
It worked.
Yeah, he lost a lot of positions as a result, but yeah, it goes to say the slightest mistake and you lose lots of position. Danny Holtz, 3 seconds, 0.2 gap right now with P2.
Yeah, at the leaderboards here, the race is really between 3 and 4 right now. Board here with Fabio, and ahead of him these 2. Jonathan up ahead.
Yeah, so Jonathan is in P3 right now,
and above him,
Fabio right behind.
Yeah. Saunders isn't very far behind either. If we look at Jonathan here, that's what he's looking at in terms of Saunders.
Jonathan is not far away from John.
So no.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
As Holmes making a move here.
It's a long race. I mean,
yeah.
40 minutes to go, so anything can happen.
Oh, went a little wide. Holmes is going to make a pass, and he's going to make it stick. Yes, he is. That's a nice pass. Just the mistake. This track, you pressure people, and they will make mistakes. Fabio is like this view. This is a nice view in the dark. You can see all the lights. I think we'll stick with this one instead of the inside cockpit. gamer view, I call it.
It's funny because I had a talk with Danny last week, and he told me he was practicing very hard and absolutely wanted to win this championship. So he's definitely he's a man on a mission.
Well, I think somebody asked him, where did you get your 2 seconds? And he said, I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning practicing. I said, that's cheating. Nobody could practice that much. Let's see what else we got going.
Fabio is getting closer and closer to Jonathan.
Yeah,
he's
he is.
getting closer. Yeah. That Porsche is an amazing car. You know, if you know how to drive that car, and he seems to really know how to handle it, he's going to threaten Jonathan right now.
Here's that other battle we were following. Nice long stream of cars here.
Yeah, I have to admit it's not easy to follow a night race as it is a day race, but this is the only night race we have.
Yeah, is it?
In
Okay.
the championship, yeah, it is. Next track is Hungarian, so then it's day. It will be a morning race.
Ooh, up ahead here. Here comes a pass. An attempt. Just about 3 battles. Oh, there's a couple ahead here. This is also another battle here. Krister. Oh, he took a look there, didn't he? And Peter also. Oh, somebody went off. Who was that? That was Chris Baker.
Yeah.
So easy to make mistakes.
Chris Baker escaped to the pits.
Oh, he went to the pits?
Yeah.
Oh, he must have hit the wall then.
Yeah, he's in the pits.
This battle here. Merch.
Yeah, Merch had an early incident, literally lap 1, so he lost a lot of positions there, but he's not one to give up. But right now the battle is with Terry Howells, Steve Howells, Roger Santos. They're very close to each other.
Yeah. There's Howells here. Take a quick look up the board.
Yeah, in that famous Honda. Is it the only Honda we have today on track?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is.
This one is tightening up again too. Up ahead here.
Yes, Nikos, Danny is literally flying. You're absolutely right about that.
Oh, Biondi went wide. Nick is gonna get that one. Again, a mistake. Let's see if he can. Oh no, no. Let's just watch what happened there. Let's back up 15 seconds. He went wide. Off track here. Oh, he skidded and just, he's a passenger there. He couldn't do much more.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's easy to make mistakes under pressure here. That's the idea, is that you have to really concentrate on what you're doing and forget who's behind you, especially if you're chased. And just concentrate on your driving and not let anyone behind you intimidate you. That's if you manage to do that, you won't make any mistakes.
Here's one we haven't been watching. Laszlo's caught up with Marco.
Yeah. Laszlo is very close behind now.
Didn't notice that gap before, so it looks like Laszlo's made up time on it.
Yes, definitely. Actually, there's more of a gap between the top 10 than I thought there would be after quali. You see, which means qualifying is a different animal. You know, I mean, you post times there. The idea is to maintain those times during the race, and that's another story.
Ooh, a little wiggle there from Laszlo.
Yeah.
And he lost him a little bit of time. And let's see who else.
It's difficult to follow someone in a track, especially in the dark on top of it, you know, it's like, and now you have Hugh Morris coming right behind.
What was that?
Hugh Morris is right behind.
Oh yeah.
Laszlo.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Oh, let's go back to that. That's gonna heat up. But it looks like Laszlo made his time back up. He's definitely got some pace here because he made up some time there, even though he made that one mistake.
Yes, I believe so.
A little wide there. So easy to push too hard, right? Oh, look at this.
Absolutely.
Now Morris is right up his tail now.
Yeah. But that's let's see, that's good. Hugh Morris is showing discipline there because I see.
Oh, there goes Laszlo again. Oh, Laszlo jumped way over those. Hang on, be careful of the rejoin. Now he's gonna lose that spot now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went airborne on those. Those sausages are nasty.
But the thing, it was clean. See, I believe you played it safe and it paid off. It did pay off. I mean, and I saw that yesterday in the race. A lot of people lift when they're too close at the entrance of a chicane or a turn, and it makes for better racing, you know, instead of trying to dive inside of someone and creating an incident. So here we have.
See, but Laszlo's got lots of pace.
Coming back really strong.
Yep, he's got lots of pace today.
Yeah, it does. But it's good to see that they are being patient, you know, and they should be because there's still 35 minutes to go, so anything can happen.
Jumping to this one now, Howard is up on Merch.
So the good news here is that John Saunders is coming back on Danny Holtz. Very, very good to see. So Danny, although he has a 2-second gap, either he made a slight mistake somewhere or John Saunders is gaining. We'll know that soon. Jonathan Wood is still strong in P3 and still chased by Fabio, but now Fabio is a second or fourth behind.
Holmes is right up here. He's making a push. Coming into the high speed, into Bravaza. They're not very far behind Jeff either. This round, it's called Bentley. Is there another Bentley? I don't think there's another Bentley on track.
Yeah, the fastest Bentley right now is Craig Holmes. He's P7.
I don't think there is another Bentley though, is there?
No, I don't think there is, actually. He's the only Bentley. One Bentley, one Ferrari, one Mercedes. And wait, no, 2 Porsches.
He's got some pace, for sure.
And I tell you, John Saunders is gaining on Danny Holtz.
Is that right? Yes, he is.
He is.
Oh, let's just stick with this one for a bit longer.
It's really a slow process, but let's see how it plays out. It might be as intense as a finish as we had last week. It could be. Craig Holmes is all over Jeffrey right now. I have to admit, I did try the Bentley, and it's a surprising car. It's like you feel you're driving a tank, but it's a very powerful car and a very stable car to drive as well.
Here's one we haven't been watching, Steve Howell's on Santos. And up ahead.
Rogerio Santos. Yeah, he's following, he's behind Paulo Noves right now.
Both pretty good little battles.
Well, see, talking now, okay, so Danny Holtz maintains and reasserts his 2-second lead. So he probably had made a slight mistake, and that's
Jonathan is making a play here for Saunders.
Yeah,
let's go up to
Jonathan,
the leader a little bit.
All of us, yes, he's a half-second behind. So there you go.
They're within sight of each other, though. That's nice to see, eh? This is the podium, and they're all within sight. Oh, Jonathan had a great entry to that corner.
So my guess is that John might have made a small mistake, and that's the reason why he lost ground to Danny Holtz and got caught up by Jonathan. But so far, very good race. I mean,
Yeah.
no one is getting away. Lots of little battles, and we have Craig Holmes still attacking Jeffrey Van der Voort. We have Laszlo Nemeth chasing Hugh Morris.
This pack of 5, and nobody's going off track hardly at all.
You know what? It's really amazing. Yes, very little incidents this race, and that's beautiful to see. It can be done.
Yeah, I find in this track it's a lot about exits. Exit track,
Yeah.
exit. Your throttle on exit can be, if you set up for a fast setup, you got to be very careful on the throttle coming out of a lot of these corners. That's why I lost it a number of times.
Yeah, so we have 3 cars here: Rogerio Santos,
Yeah.
Steve Howells, Merch Pop, and Paulo Noves. 1, 2, 3, fighting real hard.
These are 2 battles I'm going back and forth here because they're really close to each other. Here we go, coming into Rivaza.
John Saunders gained again on Danny Holtz.
I'm showing a 2-second gap. At the moment, came back again. Holtz took off
1.8.
again.
Chris Baker is back on track, which is good to see. I mean, we should all keep in mind that the championship is points, so it is not advised to leave the server because you would lose the points.
Yeah, somebody on Discord was saying, or talking there during the pre-race meeting, saying, "Oh, I didn't realize you get points. I should have stayed on."
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Saunders went wide there. Let's see if Jonathan can make up some time. 0.6 seconds right now. He's going to make up some time. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at Rivaza. He's making up time all of them. Jonathan pushes hard here. He can really put a bite into it. Oh, I'm glad we caught that. He's
Yeah.
down by 0.4 only.
So that Aston Martin is doing really well on this track.
Pulling away a little bit on the straight, it looks like. Or at least maintaining.
Dimitri is asking you if you can show the HUD with pedal inputs.
Oh, gee. Let's see if I jump to this view. Does it show? There it is. Yeah. I can show it when I do this. Watch that for a while. Yeah, Jonathan's really staying with him, trying hard. I know. You love second
Oh
place.
yeah, this is right now. Jonathan is been closer to John than ever, and still 28 minutes to go. I mean, this race is far from over.
Let's watch Jonathan's steering inputs here. See how hard he's pushing. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle there. Again on exit, see, he put the throttle down there. What's he running for TC? He's running 4 TC.
That's interesting. But
That's
see, but that's with the BMW. Though.
I was running 3, which I put it up to 5 on certain corners. Let's just see
Oh,
what.
you changed TC as you race.
Yes, I have buttons for that. Yeah.
I have buttons for that as well, but I don't do it. But
Just
my TC yesterday was at 2.
Yeah, I find on certain corners, difficult exits, I'll push up the traction control by a couple just to make sure I don't screw up. But you got to maintain concentration, boy. You know, you can't forget where you are.
You do. The other way is how you modulate your acceleration pedal as well.
Yes. Oop. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to this cam.
Jonathan is really battling John Saunders right now.
Wow.
And Danny
Look at
Holmes
this.
is not getting away.
Look at this little battle going on. Merch is caught up with these guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So now one, two, three, four cars.
Yeah.
Nice
And we are
little battle
approaching half distance in the race here now. So tires are going to start. Merch takes a bit of a peek. Jonathan is still maintaining that half a second behind Saunders.
there. Yeah.
Watch that. I'll put that back onto the other gaps for everybody to watch the battles. Oh. Laszlo has been trying for quite a while to get by Santos.
Yeah, Peter, the start of the race was pretty clean. There was only a small incident, I believe, with Merch. He left the track. I don't know if he was touched or not, but it was a very clean first lap. Danny Holtz took the lead right away, and what you see there, the top five is pretty much still racing the same way they started. Actually, it's a very clean race so far. It's really nice to see it from Group 1. And I believe actually yesterday Group 2 put a great show as well. I don't think there were many incidents.
Chris is still trying to get by John. Or, sorry, Jeff.
And see, John Saunders got closer to Danny again. So
Yeah.
actually, he's closer now than he's ever been since the race started.
Yes, he is. Let's just take a peek here. What they're looking at each other. There's the podium. They can all see each other. Since they can see each other, you know, when somebody's so far ahead, oh, there's some sparks all over here. When they can see each other, it makes it pretty exciting because they know how far they got to go.
Exactly.
They all can push a little harder, I'm sure. Oh, I think John hit that. His rear left tire jumped right over that sausage.
The fact is, it's a lot more entertaining when you have drivers only with a 1 or 2 seconds lead rather than 15 or 25 second lead, you know.
Yeah. That's easy for you to say, but the sweat factor's there.
Yes, I know.
When you're in pole position, I'm sure you'd rather be 15 seconds up than 1.
I know, you have a good point, but what I say is
Fun for us, that's for sure, yeah. I'll tell you what, if you get 15 seconds up, I'm going to expect you to lay off a little bit so we get a better show. How's that?
Absolutely right. Yeah, so John Saunders is getting closer, and Jonathan Wood is maintaining the gap with John Saunders. So the top three there is a very nice battle, and Fabio is not far behind.
No.
If any of those three makes a mistake, because last week Fabio benefited from a major incident from the leaders.
That's correct.
So will the same thing happen again? Hopefully not.
Let's just go down our battles here. This one is spread out a little bit. Holmes and Van der Voort. And down here.
Yeah, actually.
These guys are spread out slightly too. Looks like somehow Santos Panoff is Merch is quite a few seconds behind now.
Yeah, but Laszlo is chasing him. Is less than a second behind. Yeah, no more close battles so far. It seems to have come down a little bit, except
Holmes, this is the one right here.
Yeah.
He's been trying to get by Jeff for a long time.
But you can see the pace of the top four, because Carlo, who's a very strong driver, is P5 and
12 seconds behind 4, yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan must have made a small mistake because he lost major time there. Now he's 2 seconds behind John. He must have made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah.
He made a mistake, which now brings Fabio closer to him. So let's see what happens.
There's Fabio. He can see
But
Jonathan
wait,
now.
Craig Holmes is right on the right bumper of Jeffrey Vandervoort. He's all over him.
Let's see how hard Greg is working his steering wheel to get this good. Somebody mentioned a good. Watch his inputs. Oh, he's right. He had some time there, that's for sure. Probably took a little bit more of a risk going into that chicane. What is that?
Yeah, Dimitri, it would be great if you had a safety car. But then again, to have a safety car, we all have to be connected.
Oh, I see.
Oof, that is so close. Yeah, but wait.
I know, I'm watching that. I'm just going to see what happened here. My man is right up on Jonathan. That's my pick.
Getting very close.
Italian on an Italian track. Gotta be some advantage there. Oh, he hit that sausage. He bounced around a little bit too much there, I think.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on here. Jonathan is now 3.5 seconds behind John when he was catching up. I don't know what's going on. Are the tires playing? I don't know what has changed.
Let's see if we can watch what's happening to him. Sometimes when you make one mistake, it makes you get a little rattled. Yeah, you get to use your rhythm, and get you a little rattled. Now he's got somebody in his rear view mirror that'll rattle him a little more. Although Jonathan's pretty cool under pressure, usually.
Yeah, he is. And it's good to see the gap between John Saunders and Danny Holmes is steady.
No, I'm not steady now. Look at this. This is the gap. He's only a second back.
That's right.
Things are going to heat up.
They are. Yeah, I believe this championship is wide open. To tell you the truth, I think we're going to see different guys winning different races. Same thing with Group 2, which is going to make it very entertaining to watch to the very end, and that's good to see.
Flip back. Oh, wait a sec. I'm not going to flip back just yet. See what he does on the exit. Fabio. We'll jump up ahead to Saunders. And Danny. Yeah, this is going to be an exciting finish.
Saunders now is only 0.7 seconds behind him. He's closer to him than ever. So maybe Danny is making mistakes. And Jonathan is getting further away from John Saunders, and Fabio is getting closer to Jonathan.
It's definitely Jonathan is slowing down for sure compared to the guys. See, there's a couple of wiggles.
Yeah, and I see his car twitching a little bit, so he might have tire issues.
BMW, hard on the tires maybe.
Fabio is right over.
He is struggling. Let's just go.
All over him.
I'm gonna go on board with Jonathan here. See what he's doing with his wheel. Wing ham for a bit.
But lots of respect between those drivers. I like to see that. I mean, no one is trying to get too close, taking useless risks.
Merch on Santos. Santos behind there.
Yeah, Merch is doing a nice comeback.
And that's Howard
Ooh, Jonathan was very loose back end of the car there. His rear is sliding.
Oop, chase car. What was that about Jonathan?
Jonathan has a loose rear end of the car.
Oh, I see.
I don't think he has the same grip he had before. He's now 5 seconds behind Saunders. He's definitely struggling with his car.
I'm going to take a quick peek in his cockpit to see in a second here, to see if he's running the same
And
traction
Fabio
control.
Fabio is all over him. I don't think he's going to be able to fend him off. I don't think so.
Go in Jonathan's cockpit here. His HUD. Yeah, he's still running the same.
Yeah, you didn't change anything. But Fabio is all over him now.
Yep,
That's for sure.
definitely.
He's not gonna let go. He's not gonna let go.
Oh, that's tough. Oh no. Oh no, that's not good.
Okay. He's letting him go. Okay, good.
Yeah.
But they both lost valuable time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That was a bit of a.
That was the perfect way to handle the situation. Really perfect way to handle this.
That was a little aggressive, however. Here's Mr. Holmes is right up on the same spot. I don't think he had much room,
No,
Fabio,
I
at that
agree.
spot. But these guys are going to catch up to them.
But yeah, they lost
Wood
time
is, well, 13 seconds back. Oh, I shouldn't say that. No. Van der Brandt's 7 seconds back. So they probably lost about 4 seconds there.
now. Easily. But they're still maintaining the gap. The thing now is, Jonathan is 12 seconds away from John Saunders. But John Saunders now is only a half a second from Danny Holtz.
That's Saunders,
15
yeah.
seconds, 15 minutes to go. It's
Oh,
gonna
and there's
be
traffic
very-
ahead. There's traffic ahead.
That's it. And they're coming into traffic.
That was a good little bit way off track to let these guys by, but Holmes is still trying to get by Van der Voort. Fabio is back at it. Greg's the closest battle right now. And Murch and Peter are also close together. Here we go, coming out of. Where are we here?
So Fabio.
Greg's gonna make a move here. Got
Yes,
the
he
outside
is.
line.
Yes, he is.
Oh, side by side. Oh, there's some
but he
guts,
has
both of them.
on the outside. Yeah.
Very good job. Good job for both of them. They didn't really let up too much. Just
Yeah, we're
enough.
seeing a lot of respect on track today. It's really beautiful to see.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was
I'm
an
very-
excellent. Yeah, that was an excellent
Yeah.
maneuver on both their parts.
I saw the same thing yesterday, racing other drivers. There was a lot of respect, and that's really great to see because
Murch
you
is
can
really,
race
really up Peter's tail.
Yes,
Or
he
Paulo, I
is.
mean. Oh, just
he
lost
went up.
it.
He went up. Yeah.
They both went off.
But Craig Holmes is still
Yep.
pressuring Jeffrey.
Yep.
John Saunders now is right behind Danny Holmes.
Here we are.
That's gonna be an intense battle.
12 minutes left.
It's gonna be very intense. 2 Aston Martins.
There's traffic up ahead, I see.
Yeah, hopefully they won't hinder those two. Now John Saunders is really pressuring Danny right now. It's gonna be very intense.
Gotta say, Danny is really. Oh, it went a little slide there.
Yeah.
Unless that was not net code, but interpolation a little bit.
Those guys are putting on a great show. I have to admit they've been having a great race since the start. And Jonathan and Fabio are definitely fighting for P3 there. That's the ballroom fight between those two. Carlo Van Brabant is P5, 7 seconds behind. I don't think he can make that gap up, but I would say the Mercedes it's not the ideal track. Imola is not an ideal track for a Mercedes. I heard that the Mercedes is very good on very fast tracks like Monza or Paul Ricard. I mean, you need long straights and that car flies. So Imola might not be the perfect track for that car.
Oh, Saunders is really up close now again.
Yes,
and that traffic is not very far ahead either. I take a quick peek to see.
They absolutely have to avoid an incident between the two of them.
Yeah.
That's what they have to do. They have to avoid that. I believe they will.
Holmes is really anxious to get by here. 10
yeah,
minutes
but
left.
He's playing a very nice game. He's being patient. I think he's slightly faster than Jeffrey, but he's being patient. And Fabio is doing the same thing. So they might go less patient as we get closer to the last couple of minutes of the race, but so far so good.
Yeah, take a quick. Whoa! Danny went wide a little bit there. He's gonna take a quick peek, see whose traffic is ahead there. A second, I'll just see who that is. That is Mr. Nick Venice. Alright, just got to spread it out a little bit. Let's see what Craig's up to. Or Chris. Craig. Saunders, well, let's watch what happens here with traffic. Saunders dropped back a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Nice job. Nice job for the slower car. So yeah, he dropped back a little bit there. Maybe Saunders made a bit of an error. And Mr. Lombardi is now pressuring Jonathan. Big time.
Yeah, Lombardi
Big time.
He's not going to let Jonathan get away with it. The only thing is that they already had a contact. There was a contact between them, so he's probably going to be more cautious. He's going to have to get really behind, close behind, and try to overtake him in the straight. But he's not close enough to do that now.
And he's opened up a 1.5 second lead right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hope he hasn't been laying back in the grass here, and all of a sudden he's going to start pulling away. Just wanted to give us a show. Got by 2 seconds now.
Let's see. It doesn't take much to lose a quarter of a half a second in a lap. So, but the problem is that after that you have to make up the gap. Craig Holmes is still applying.
Yep, he's really, lots of big pressure there.
Fabio, same thing. Oh, Lombardi is really close to Jonathan right now.
More if his tires don't come back.
If he's gonna try to pass him, he has to stay.
Oh, both went over the curb there.
Yeah, he has to stay close and try to overtake him in the long straight. That's the only place where he can do it. Because Jonathan is going to defend his position with everything he has. That's for sure.
Seems to have settled down a little bit. Maybe his tires came back. Might have had a mistake. Sometimes your tires heat up and then you lose it for like a lap and a half till they cool off a little bit, because he looks pretty solid there.
Yeah.
See if he makes up some time here in the straight. The manufacturer's battle here between a Porsche and a BMW. I'll tell you where my money is. He's maintaining.
Yes, he is.
But the Porsche is always great in the corners. Just throw it around the corner. Looking forward to the... Holmes is making a move here.
Yeah, it's very, very close now. I'm sure Jeffrey's sweating. I think they are both sweating actually. It's not easy to race close with someone else. It's not. It's thrilling, but it's not easy.
For both individuals too. Behind is not that easy either.
100%, yes.
Just to back here, Merch and Paulo are still at it.
Yeah.
We'll see if that one flips. And here, Morris and Marco, not very far behind. We'll see if those two battles flip in terms of positioning. Back at the front here, Saunders has got a fair gap now to Danny's got a fair gap to Saunders. 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's about 30 seconds behind. So.
I thought I saw something happening there.
So technically, I believe Fabio, even finishing P3 or P4, will still be leading the championship, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, because it was Fabio, Marco, and Branco top three.
Yeah.
So, just see where everybody else was see where Woods was. Jonathan was in 7th, and Danny, as we said before, was way down in the pack.
Yeah, Jonathan is going to score major points. So I know he's probably that's the reason why he's fighting to keep this P3 for sure.
Looking for Saunders. Did I see Saunders? Oh, yeah, Saunders was in 27. Saunders is actually having a great race. He sometimes can lose it later on.
Yes.
He's had some times when he was leading and then all by himself got off track. So he's having a nice, stable race today, isn't he?
100%. He's a great driver. He has been caught in unfortunate incidents and Jonathan made a mistake. And here, John Saunders is passing. So John Saunders, what? No. What is this? John Saunders took the lead. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Get me excited there.
He just overtook the backward.
He's very close, however.
It was. I thought that Daniel made a mistake with him.
Nice excitement, though. Nice excitement. That's okay. I was looking for a yellow flag or something there that could catch.
Yeah.
But definitely, Fabio is dead. Jonathan is wobbling a little.
It's close. No. See, you see how the BMW pulls away.
Well, something did happen there. I see. Holmes is now 4 seconds behind Vandervoort. So something happened there. That's where you probably saw something flash.
You're right.
And now Merch has got the closest battle next to the guys on the podium.
Wait, it's Paulo Nove is right behind him.
But Lombardi is pressuring big time.
That's the only man who can change the podium here. It's like, will Fabio be able to get that third position here on the podium? We'll know in a couple of minutes because there's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the race. Ooh, it's very close.
Love these TV views. They show the speed that these guys are going around a little bit better. It looks like Jonathan got a good exit there.
Yeah, that's where Jonathan actually maintains the gap. That's his strength, and that's the reason for why Fabio cannot catch him. Is because he manages to pull away from him at a critical part of the circuit. Because if Fabio was able to stay behind him, he will get the win stream. See how he's
Yep.
pulling away?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Great
pulling
exit.
away.
Yeah.
So I don't believe Fabio will be
Oh,
able
no.
to catch.
Come on.
Unless Jonathan makes a mistake.
Come on now, Jeremy. It's the superiority of the BMW over the Porsche. You know how I feel about this.
I guess so. I guess so. But nonetheless,
There we go.
Fabulous driver.
Both great racing though. Look at that. They've been going at it now for 3/4 of the race. Oh, there's something happening here. They were side by side, I believe. I'm going to go back 15 seconds just for fun. I believe there was something interesting going on here. Look at this, side by side into the chicane almost. That was dangerous. We should jump back in a second.
Leaders on final lap.
Final lap. Leaders on the final lap, so here we go.
That's it.
Why is he that far ahead?
Yeah,
I guess he is. Yeah, I guess he is.
Yeah, he is. Daniel's really dominated this race. Although John Saunders really pressured him at times, he had a fabulous race. Hats off to both of them.
Oh, we're gonna go to the stream there. Let's do. Oh, Jonathan had a wiggle. This might be it. This might be it. On the grass. This is a fast part of the track. It's gonna see the entry. And he's flashing.
Fabio is flashing. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
He's probably protesting. I don't know. Maybe he felt blocked, but I don't think Jonathan did anything wrong there. So here we have Jonathan, Danny Holtz.
Here we go. This is the last lap of the race. So here we go. I'm just going to go through here. There's Danny. And Saunders can see him. We'll just follow that a little bit. Jonathan is 20 seconds back. That's probably a back marker in front of him. Of course, Fabio we've been following. And I'm just going to go down here a little bit to see if anybody else there. Santos and Noves are still at it, so we'll watch that one in terms of a change. But, oh, Saunders is getting only 0.9. He's only a second back now.
Yeah.
But, oh, traffic is going to be coming into play here. Lombardi lost a little bit on the somehow we were away.
Yeah,
Quite as close to Jonathan as he was. He's going to be pushing hard here. Traffic is definitely going to come into play here.
Yeah, but this is it though. I don't think anyone will stop Danny. Fabulous race from him. He really did great. John Saunders is right behind. That's going to be a great finish. It's great to see two cars finishing 1-2 with such a little gap. It's
Here's
really
Saunders
awesome.
here. There's the ending gap. And there's the pole. There's the flags.
Leader has finished the
Very,
race.
And Lombardi's not far behind. This could change yet.
Yeah, let's see.
Good exit. Both get a good exit. Great job, these two.
Yeah.
What are we going to think for driver of the day? Anybody put anything on the stream? I'm just going to jump back here to Santos. This is another one for position.
My vote goes to Danny. He deserves it. As last week he had a bad encounter during the race, so my vote goes to him. Great race.
He did not have a free pass here today either. He was pressured a number of times.
Absolutely. Great finish from Jonathan. Fabio, great race. Carlo Van Brabant, great race as well. In P5. Jeffrey Vandervoort, P6. Great race from Craig Holtz, 7. Mr. Glenstead, 8. Malcolm, 9th. Mr. Ludgidin, 10th. Hugh Morris, 11th. Merchbonov, 12th.
There we go.
13th. Rogerio Santos, 14th. Laszlo, 15th. Terry Howard, 16th. Mr. York, 17th. Peter de Jong, 18th. And Nick Jonas, 19th, and Chris Baker, P20. Great race.
Yeah, that was a great race. That was fun to
Yes.
watch. Definitely, there's some great battles and good driving. Excellent driving. Very few
Absolutely.
incidents at all.
Absolutely.
I think not very many people went off track. Everybody just went around the circuit. All right, great to talk to you again, Jeremy. We'll see you again next Sunday.